Litany by Sir Robert Grant. From the World's Best Poetry, Volume 4, The Higher Life, Part 1. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Litany. Saviour, when in dust to Thee low we bend the adoring knee, when repentant to the skies scarce we lift our weeping eyes, O by all Thy pains and woe suffered once for man below, bending from Thy throne on high, hear our solemn litany. By Thy helpless infant years, by Thy life of want and tears, by Thy days of sore distress in the savage wilderness, by the dread mysterious hour of the insulting tempter's power, turn, O turn a favouring eye, hear our solemn litany. By the sacred griefs that wept over the grave where Lazarus slept, by the boding tears that flowed over Salem's loved abode, by the anguished sigh that told treachery lurked within Thy fold, from Thy seat above the sky hear our solemn litany. By Thine hour of dire despair, by Thine agony of prayer, by the cross, the nail, the thorn, piercing spear and torturing scorn, by the gloom that veiled the skies over the dreadful sacrifice, listen to our humble cry, hear our solemn litany. By Thy deep expiring groan, by the sad sepulchral stone, by the vault whose dark abode held in vain the rising God, O from earth to heaven restored, mighty, reascended Lord, listen, listen to the cry of our solemn litany.
The Disciples After the Ascension by Arthur Penrhyn Stanley. From the World's Best Poetry, Volume 4. The Higher Life, Part 1. Read for LibriVox.org by Tomas Peter as the first disciple,
Jason in Canada as the second disciple,
Craig Franklin as the third disciple,
Sonia as the fourth disciple,
and Leanne as the fifth disciple.
The Disciples After the Ascension. He is gone. Beyond the skies, a cloud receives him from our eyes. Gone beyond the highest height of mortal gaze or angel's flight. Through the veils of time and space, passed into the holiest place. All the toil, the sorrow done, all the battle fought and won.
He is gone, and we return, and our hearts within us burn. Olivet no more shall greet with welcome shout his coming feet. Never shall we track him more on Gennesareth's glistening shore. Never in that look or voice shall Zion's walls again rejoice.
He is gone, and we remain in this world of sin and pain, in the void which he has left, on this earth of him bereft. We have still his work to do, we can still his path pursue, seek him both in friend and foe, in ourselves his image show.
He is gone. We heard him say, good that I should go away. Gone is that dear form and face, but not gone his present grace. Though himself no more we see, comfortless we cannot be. No, his spirit still is ours, quickening, freshening all our powers.
He is gone. Towards their goal, world and church must onward roll. Far behind we leave the past, forward are our glances cast. Still his words before us range, through the ages as they change. Wheresoe'er the truth shall lead, he will give whate'er we need.
He is gone, but we once more shall behold him as before. In the heaven of heavens the same, as on earth he went and came. In the many mansions there, place for us he will prepare. In that world, unseen, unknown, he and we may yet be one.
He is gone, but not in vain. Wait until he comes again. He is risen, he is not here, far above this earthly sphere. evermore in heart and mind, where our peace in him we find, to our own eternal Friend, thitherward let us ascend.
The Christ, by Richard Chenoweth's Trench. From the World's Best Poetry, Volume 4, The Higher Life, Part 1. Read for LibriVox.org by Craig Franklin. The Christ. He might have reared a palace at a word, who sometimes had not where to lay his head. Time was, when he who nourished crowds with bread would not one meal unto himself afford. He healed another scratch, his own side bled, side, hands, and feet with cruel piercings gored. 12 legions, girded with angelic sword, stood at his beck, the scorned and buffeted. O wonderful the wonders left undone, yet not more wonderful than those he wrought. O self-restraint, surpassing human thought, to have all power, yet be as having none. O self-denying love, that thought alone for needs of others, never for its own. End of. Art Thou Weary? By St. Stephen the Sabbate, translated from the Latin by John Mason Neale. From the World's Best Poetry, Volume 4, The Higher Life, Part 1. Read for LibriVox.org by Craig Franklin as the question,
and Tomas Peter as the answer.
Art thou weary? Art thou weary? Art thou languid? Art thou sore distressed?
Come to me, saith one, and coming, be at rest.
Hath he marks to lead me to him, if he be my guide?
In his feet and hands are wound prints, and his side.
Is there diadem as monarch, that his brow adorns?
Yea, a crown, in very surety, but of thorns.
If I find him, if I follow, what his guerdon here?
Many a sorrow, many a labour, many a tear.
If I still hold closely to him, what hath he at last?
Sorrow vanquished, labour ended, Jordan past.
If I ask him to receive me, will he say me nay?
Not till earth, and not till heaven pass away.
Finding, following, keeping, struggling, is he sure to bless?
Saints, apostles, prophets, martyrs, answer yes.